Welcome to Astrodology, the podcast that brings you knowledge, wisdom, and principles that can help you find the peace and comfort we all seek and deserve in our lives. Hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Astrodology with Astrid. Today we're going to talk about two words that get a lot of play, and just to talk about the distinction between the two, wisdom versus knowledge. Confucius once said that there are three ways to learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is considered the noblest. Second, by imitation, which is the easiest. And third, by experience, which is the bitterest. Gaining wisdom, the most prized virtues across all cultures, is an exercise in life learning, careful analysis, and thoughtful action. Knowledge is the accumulation of facts and information. Wisdom is the synthesis of knowledge and experiences into insights that deepen one's understanding of relationships and the meaning of life. In other words, knowledge is a tool and wisdom is the craft in which the tool is used. Wisdom is the ability to discern and judge which aspects of that knowledge are true, right, lasting, and applicable to your life. It's the ability to apply that knowledge to the greater scheme of life. It's also deeper, knowing the meaning or reason about knowing why something is and what it means to your life. Knowledge is information of which someone is aware. Knowledge is also used to mean the confident understanding of a subject, potentially with the ability to use it for a specific purpose. Wisdom is the ability to make correct judgments and decisions. It is an intangible quality gained through our experiences in life. Wisdom is who we are versus what we do. Wisdom then governs choice, pursuit of knowledge, communication, and relationships. Wisdom means using your knowledge in two main ways. The first way you're going to use wisdom to use your knowledge is judging or working out what to do in a particular situation, using the knowledge you have to make a decision. Our first proverb says that wisdom is wealth, suggests that seeking wisdom should be important, that it would be wise to care about thinking wisely. It is better to remain silent at the risk of being thought a fool than to talk and remove all doubt of it, said Maurice Switzer. The second way to use wisdom using your knowledge is to accept that sometimes we don't have all of the answers and to really just trust in the process that wisdom is bringing about. Oprah Winfrey said, "Turn your wounds into wisdom." The author Herman Hesse said, "Wisdom is nothing but a preparation of the soul, a capacity, a secret art of thinking, feeling, and breathing thoughts of unity at every moment." Where have you confused wisdom with knowledge? Because the main difference between these two poles of energy is that wisdom is a healthy dose of perspective. It's self-awareness, it's consciousness, and the ability to make sound judgments based about a subject, while knowledge is simply knowing. Anyone can be knowledgeable about a subject by reading, researching, and memorizing facts. Wisdom also allows us to discern when to use our knowledge, and then having the capacity to be able to put it in perspective and also share it and impart it with others. A quote by an unknown author further distinguishes the difference. Knowledge is knowing what to say. Wisdom is knowing when to say it. We've heard in life, it's not what we say, it's how we say it. And also, like this thought says, timing is critical when it comes to being able to express out information. Dictionary.com said this: to put it another way, there is this simple fruit salad philosophy. Knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit, but wisdom is knowing not to put it in the fruit salad. The natural question that would arise is, which comes first? Does wisdom come first or does knowledge come first? It is said that knowledge always comes first because wisdom builds upon the knowledge. It means you can be both wise and knowledgeable, which I think is the preferred way to be. But you can't be wise without being knowledgeable. My grandmother on my maternal side used to always say, he or she is an educated fool, because it's also, as the thought before said, being knowing when to use that knowledge wisely. Much like the principles in the yoga practice, it is a lifelong discipline. Albert Einstein famously said, wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. So it's one of those, enjoy the journey, not the destination. And wisdom, consciousness are limitless. So however you can ascertain it or gain it along your path, God bless. So that's the difference between wisdom versus knowledge. Check in with yourself to see, again, where you are appropriately using your wisdom to, again, impart joy, peace, light, and compassion to others. Thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of Astrodology with Astrid. I will catch you in the next episode. Namaste. Thank you for listening to Astrodology. If you enjoyed this episode and would like to help support the podcast, please hit the subscribe button and tell your friends about it by sharing this program on social media. You can also follow me on Instagram at Coda Life Goddess or at CodaLife.com. Coda is C-O-T-A, Coda Life Goddess or CodaLife.com. Thank you again for listening to Astrodology, and I'll see you next time.